Let's record. Yeah. Okay, so welcome everyone. I'm super excited to be here today. And so that I think we have a lot of people that will still join. I'm expecting more than 100 people on this call, but I won't want to waste our time at all because I'm one of my core values is timeliness, right? So it's not African time over here. And I want us to delve straight into, why we are here, right? But just to start on that good note, I am so sure, I'm really confident that many people will join us as we start this conversation. But at some point, if you are able to put on your video, it will even be so awesome. I want to see our beautiful faces and our awesome smiles. And today is Saturday, is weekend. How is it going on our end? What's our energy level? I want to see us in the chat. Where you are joining from. Is Nigeria. I know we have Ghanaians here and also Lesotho, wherever you are joining from. So I am Rose and I'm joining from Italy right now. So yeah. So where are you joining from? Let's hear from you in the chat. Let's hear while I prepare to share my screen. Yes, Mubarak from Nigeria, you're welcome. Bulu Watife from Nigeria, you're welcome. Welcome. Okay. Hmm. Okay, I hope we can see my screen, right?
Yes, ma.
All right. Yeah, Sebastian, there'll still be time for this connection. We'll still connect with ourselves later on. Awesome. Oh, Nana, that's so good. From Ghana, but currently journeying from China. Yeah, we are global here. And I love to see that. Okay, you're welcome. So if you are just joining, what I just want to know, how is it going on your end from Ghana, from Nigeria, from China? What's your energy level like? Here in Italy, it is 5 p.m. I know in Nigeria it is currently 4 p.m., right? So, what's your energy level like? I really want it to be it's not like a webinar. It should be so interactive actually. And we'll see the reason why as we go into our conversation. So we have 1 more minute just to have this conversation and warm up ourselves really. So what's your energy level like? What's going on? Are people for my Nigerian people back home, are you in an Owambe? Yeah, yeah, I love it. Thank you, Sebastian. I love the fire and 100%. For me right now, I'm on say eight, nine energy level because I'm really pumped for this session and I'm looking forward to really what we're able to get from it. And I'm confident that none of us will actually waste our time here today. Yeah, that one for sure. Yes. And as I said, if you are able to put on your video, it's even better. Even awesome. Yeah. So let's just go straight into the conversation, right? So today, again, I'm Rosalind, um, and I'm behind. Okay, are you serious? In China, Anna said it's currently 11 p.m. Hopefully, You don't doze. I promise you. It's not a boring conversation. Just don't put yourself in that position to actually doze off because you will gain a lot from here, I'm sure. So let's go straight into our conversation so that we can help someone like Amma. Okay, so I'm behind the face of Rosalind Beyond Borders, and this is just to help people break limit and live beyond borders, starting with belief, then action. So, meaning that wherever we are, from wherever, okay, from Nigeria, from your state, from any state, any county, any region, in any African country, wherever you are, you can be there, and there is no limit to your expression as a person, right? And then you can actually do a lot from think beyond borders and act beyond borders. So starting with belief, then action. And today, the topic or what we are looking at is a clarity session for future Erasmus scholars. So it will delve. Let's move straight into the table of content to kind of see what we are actually going to be looking at. So, of course, introduction and invitation, my why am I doing this, and what I see in everyone that joined this, in future scholars that make it very pertinent for us to actually do this. Then fit or misfit, we'll see why start with why. What happens when you start with why and story of scholars. And of course, I know in the forms that I ask that people actually share, many people say, okay, they want to also know about the requirements, what they need. So we go into the requirement of Erasmus scholarship. What are the strategies that makes for success, right? And then the next step from here, and I will also try as much as possible to answer a lot of questions that we might have. So that is what we'll be doing. So yeah, welcome again. As I said, my energy level for me is really high, and I'm grateful for everyone that is here. And one thing I want you to actually, I want to invite you to really be present, to really be here, right? I want to, like this picture I put here, let's take this journey to climb up together. And that will mean, especially for someone like Amma, sit up and, take a note, jot, look out for insight. We might not agree on a lot of things. You don't know me from anywhere before now. You might not be my friend, and it might sound harsh, but I'm not actually looking out for friends. We might be friends later, no problem. But what I want is actually for you to, for that more insight, for that one clarity that you will need, that will not only prepare you for that Erasmus scholarship we are looking forward to, but also transform your way of life that can actually radically transform your life as a whole. So it might just be one insight you need in this conversation. But if you are not paying attention, if you are not with me, you might not get it. And the truth is actually that if you see at the end of the day, you look back, you actually see that the quality, many of this kind of session, people pay me to actually do it. So imagine yourself that you actually have paid for these things. Maybe you pay something like, even if it is 200 CDs, if it is 10,000 naira, 100K or something, you have paid for this session. How will you show up? So that same mindset, I want you to bring it into this, and that's my invitation for you today. So look out for that info, not for information really, for insight, for what you are going to apply, and that is what will make that difference. So let's get into it. What is my why and what I see in you that you are joining? So I'm doing this to help you gain clarity, set you apart from the crowd, and live a life of vision that goes beyond even getting a scholarship. A vision that serves your purpose in the long term. You will see the reason why I'm doing this, but just to make you see, this is my why. A lot of people just go with the idea of, it's because our country is not really working the way it's supposed to work, and that's why I want to leave this country, right? And this actually do so many harm than good, because it might mean you might actually get it. It's not a lot of people got it, but at the end, you will see, I have spoken with a lot of people. Yeah, I'm an immigrant here. I'm also an international student, right? And then you see that anxiety that it brings. Okay, what's the next step? But when you start with why, you are able to plan ahead and see what many people will not see, which will keep you, as I said, beyond even getting a scholarship, to live a life that serves your purpose even in the long term. And you will see a lot of this as we go forward. And what do I actually see in you? I see a generation of scholars who are full of clarity about what is next, taking bold steps, applying with purpose, and at least 70% of people here today that show up, that will still watch this, you know, uh, who put in the work. That is the caveat. So because execution is also very key in everything we are talking about, being selected. So at least 70% of people from here, that's the list. That's what I'm saying, you see. So being selected for Erasmus Mundus next year in 2026. And you see, this is even July. Erasmus open maybe September, some October, some November, depending on the programs. But we are starting now, which means that, okay, these are um, like high performance, people that have vision, that know what they want, really, that are here. So not just because they tick boxes, but because they carried vision. So people that are full of clarity of where they are going, why they are going there, and they are able to prepare. And at least 70% of you, by God's grace, next year you have your scholarship. And then when we have this kind of conversation later, it will be a different one, right? So that's what my vision for you is. Now let's move into starting about, clarity of vision, really, fit or misfit. If you look, and I said it will be interactive, and I really want us to be present, as I said. So if you look at this, I hope we can see my screen very well, and we can see this, sorry, we can see this puzzle, right? I just want us to describe it in one word. What what could this puzzle actually, in completeness, what does it look like? Yeah, I'm waiting on us now. Let's use the chat box. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma.
Okay, I can't see anyone. Or if you want to open your mic, you can also talk actually. So, um, what can we see? What can we deduce from that puzzle incompleteness? Just anything random, anything you see. I love it. Sebastian said, "Is city on a hill?" A city, yeah. Awesome, Islamia. Thank you so much. Yes, it's so much look like a city on a hill, yeah. But there is this incompleteness around here. There is this incompleteness, and we don't yet know whether it is the continuation of those plants, or a continuation of the houses, or that of the mountain. But of course, we can also see that this places is a sea, right? And this kind of, thank you, Nufi. Yeah, a city, which sounds, we will see this kind of drawings in, not drawings now, like real life representation of this in Italy. There's a place called Amalfi Coast, where you see the sea, the mountain, and cities like this that looks as if it is built on a hill, like Sebastian said. Yeah, an incomplete path that leads to a city. Yeah, it's no matter what we see, a city is there, but it's still incomplete, right? But just assume that I don't know how many people love to play puzzle. If you love to play puzzle, you can just signify if you love to play puzzle. For time, I would want us to, react yeah, yes, yes. Thank you, Tim Tokwe. Yeah, okay, awesome. And there is this feeling when I also play puzzles sometimes, and there's this feeling that until you get the completeness, put every piece in their place, you do not you will not feel that fulfillment. Yes, that's the word, fulfillment. You won't feel it. Why? Because there is a place for everything. Every puzzle has its place. If you put a puzzle where it is not supposed to be, that person that actually designed it will know that something is wrong. You yourself, you know that something is wrong. And you always will say, oh, no, you are not there. You are not there at that end yet. So that exactly with us, are we where we are supposed to be? There's a design, there's an original design for every one of us. We are going is a journey, and that's why I said, you see that first picture of that steps, just follow me. And that's why I said, just be with me. So there is an original design for every one of us, no matter where we come from, no matter where we are right now, until we are there. Even if you are being paid, $1 million per month right now, wherever you are. If you are not at that position where you are supposed to be, like this puzzle, there's no that there won't be that fulfillment. And you will see this, a lot of successful people, we are very used to interviews of successful people. That's why you will see someone very successful, we see no, they're still not fulfilled, because and they give all their money at the end of the day, to charity, to this, to as a philanthropy and the likes, and they go back to their passion, to where they are supposed to be, because they've seen the end of. So it's not about money, it's not about position, it's not about title, it's just about where you are supposed to be. And we'll see, as we go ahead. For example, let's see an iPhone, which is designed to call, to text, to connect with people, to do a lot of things, right, is used as a grinding stone. How hilarious is that? Super hilarious. You can't even think of it. That iPhone is not being used for its purpose, right? That's not what the designer actually designed it for. And that will bring me to asking you this question. Are you being like an iPhone used as a hammer? Functional for sure. It might even get the job done. My grind that thing, might drive that nail if it doesn't spoil in the process, but far from original design. And I want us to think about this. And you will see the reason why I'm talking about this. So just follow me. Let's move on. So why start with why? Why start with why? Um, as I said before, if you are able to turn on your video, it's even awesome. You see, I'll be happy to see our awesome, handsome, beautiful faces. It's not only me that you should be seen, right? So let's move back. Why start with why? Why start with why? I don't know if anyone is familiar with the story of Martin Luther King Jr., the popular I Have a Dream. If you remember, or you might not remember, because we were not there. But yeah, exactly, MLK. During his time, it wasn't a time where there is social media. There wasn't Twitter space, there wasn't Instagram Live, there wasn't YouTube Live or Facebook Live or something like that, where he was able to gather people. He just had a dream, he had a purpose, he had a why, and he was pursuing it to the extent that when he was given this speech, if you know how many people connected with him just because he recognized the reason why, and many people were able to be drawn to his reason why, and he was able to carry them along with him. We'll see why, just why we are starting with why. Why start with why? You will see. Also, the Wright brothers. I don't know whether we know the Wright brothers as well. The Wright brothers are the one that designed, aeroplane. They were the one that made it possible for us to be flying everywhere now. Make actually the world really connected. Exactly. These people, they didn't have exactly, thank you, Temitope. They didn't have any money or no degree, but they had a reason, they had a purpose, they had a why. And even at that point, if you read the story, there was an Harvard professor that had the funding from the government. They even had media following him everywhere so that they could document the process of making an airplane. They were not successful. And what's happened? After they discovered that the Wright brothers made an headway, he backed out. Why? Because it's not about the what. It's not about, oh, I want to just get an Erasmus. I will still bring everything back home. I just want you to follow me. Oh, I want to get this scholarship. Why do you want to get it? Because when the when the going gets tough, what did he say? Did they say it's only the tough that get going? But why do they get going? Because they know their why. Okay, then we see Sinek. I don't know whether you've also read this book, Start with Why by Simon Sinek. The Golden Circle. If you have that book, you will see this in it. It starts with why. It's, wherever you are as an inspirational leader. Can you still hear me very well?
Yes, ma.
Okay, okay. I thought I went off. So I'm talking about Simon Sinek's Golden Circle. He was saying you have to start with why, then how, then what. But most people apply this in reverse. So they start with what, then how. Some people will not even get to the why at all. And we'll see why this is very important. So, number one, we'll see a purpose-led essay. We actually say why first, then clear values aligned with the program. That's what set people apart. Then the second set of people that start with, what, how, and why, if they even put it, they are all about the requirement, but no soul, no, nothing to connect with people. As we said, if you read the till tomorrow, if you go maybe after this, if not listen to MLK Martin Luther King Jr.'s speech on I Have a Dream, please go and listen to it. You will be feeling like no, you will feel that you yourself will believe in his reason. You will believe in his why. And we are getting somewhere. Please, let's follow me. All right, let's move forward. So, what happens? Why am I bringing all these things? Why can't we just go straight to requirement for Erasmus scholarship and get out of this place? But what happens really when you know your why? What happens? Let's go through it. Okay, so number one is that your motivation letter becomes clear and compelling. Oh my God. Compelling that you can draw them. I interviewed someone yesterday also because I have a YouTube channel where um, I have a podcast on it, tagged Beyond Borders Voices from Around the World. And here I interview every scholars from wherever. I've interviewed people from the US, people from Europe, people on Erasmus studies, people doing PhD, all kinds. Yesterday's own was an Erasmus student for a program. And, she was talking about how you can use your story to write a compelling essay. I'll still make that link available so we can also go through it and hear from her as well. But what actually sets you apart, how you will know what to write, actually stems from you knowing your why. And yeah, I think Abdulatif Temitope asked that question. One of the things that help you draft a motivation letter that is free of plagiarism and authentic is you knowing yourself, self-discovery, self-awareness, knowing your why. we'll get ways of actually knowing. But let's see what happens. Number two, you stand out in a crowded pool of applicants. It's not just okay, you just put in words, okay, this is me, even to chat GPT, because a lot of things is the same thing like Google. That time before chat GPT, it's Google. And then you say, okay, type of winning essays, and you will see a lot of example, and you begin to sample and sample and sample and sample. But no, when you are coming from that standpoint of why, you are able to differentiate yourself from the crowd, because where you are coming from is deeper, and you can like people believed in Martin Luther King from in his story, in his speech. You also can draw people, and when you draw people, you are unforgettable. You are able to, even if they've read, your home might be the first one they are reading, right? They are not able to forget it. It might be in the middle, they are not able to forget it. It might be in the end, they will not forget it. So that is one way. Then another is decision making during program becomes intentional, becomes very intentional. So it's not the reason I'm all about clarity right now is not only for Erasmus scholarship, even beyond, inside, before you get into the program, as you will see from henceforth, then even when you get into the program, inside, after, your decision making during program, before, during, and after becomes intentional. You're able to, okay, does this align with where I'm going, where I'm coming from? Yes, no, you go. So that's one of the reasons. Another is you navigate uncertainty with conviction, because one of the things is you will, because Erasmus is 2 years, right? You have and most of the time the way it's designed is that you either have at least two countries. You will spend those 2 years in two countries, but three is the ideal. So 5 months in for one semester, second semester, third semester, the fourth semester you can choose from the three, where you will settle down and do your thesis. But at least you have two countries to move to within these 2 years. After, then you have to decide where you stay. And where you stay, we now depend on, okay, after, what should I do? How will I stay? Because many people, for real, let's be real, will not want to go back to their country. But now, during those times of uncertainty, you are able to navigate it confidently. Why? Because you actually know what brought you here, what you are looking for. During the program, you are intentional about what you do, not just, okay, what course, even if you already know what skills you are planning, what skills do I need during this program. You are able to say, okay, this is another course I have to take now, or this is something I should be doing now, so I'm better prepared for this. So you are coming from a place of confidence. Why? Because you already have it thought through. I hope you are following me. Please drop in the comment section what you've gotten so far. What you've gotten so far. Yeah, I love you. Thank you, Sebastian, for that feedback. But in like an insight that you have gotten so far, let me just know if indeed, yeah. Yes, Temitope, it does. It really does. So let's quickly finish this. I will still, I'm with you. I'm inside that, but just drop it as we move forward. You experience purpose beyond the scholarship. I think I've kind of explaining it. Beyond the scholarship, you are prepared. Yeah, exactly. It does. Then your story continues to evolve but never loses its root. Even though, because clarity is not, I'm not here to tell you that you will actually know everything that will happen tomorrow, right now. Exactly, to make your path very. I'm not saying it will. You will know everything now, but I'm just saying it will be a guiding. Your story continues to evolve even as you grow, and you are able to even see more clearly as you go, right? But the route where you are going from that big picture is still there. You are not losing relevance. Everything people. I was talking with someone yesterday, and I further see the need why I need to actually double down on these efforts to make it known before you leave any country, right? Because people get here and they are lost in anxiety because it's not the same thing. It's not the same thing as having family back home. It's not the same thing when everybody's looking up to you. It's not the same thing again when you've left and a lot of things fall on you. And it is then you are now saying, okay, what do I do now? What do I do there? But these things you could have done it before you leave. So and when so I'm not actually looking down. Exactly. I love that. It's your North Star. It guides you. It guides you. So I'm not looking down on people that say, okay, they come here and they start doing jobs that they might not even do back at home. What? See, I'm not saying you can't do that. You can even do that, but it is a strategy to you because you know where you are going to. But what happens here is that many people start it and then they are kept in that loop. They don't know how to pull themselves out. But with someone that is laser focused on, oh, I know where I'm going. It is just a strategy. It is just a time because you know, and you are not buried in that season. And that's when people start losing hope, start falling into depression, mental health. This it saves you. You know, when a good antidote for depression, for suicide, for all these things, a lot of mental health is actually um, being purposeful. The opposite of, uh, the opposite, the opposite of being needful. That's like you are needed, right? If someone is not needed, that person in quote is dead because then what are you supposed to be doing? And that's why people will say, okay, that's the end. They don't have anything to do here again. And that's when they see the end. But when you have a purpose, when you have that vision where you are going, you know that no, the end has not come. You still haven't fulfilled this thing. And you are looking at it, and you, even if you don't know, everything you have to do is not clear at that point. But there is a step in front of you. Just carry that leg a step at a time. You are moving. So you see now, your story continues to evolve, but never loses its root. So your why is your North Star. Thank you, Ewa. Your why helps you craft a clear and compelling motivation letter. That's very true. Islamia, knowing your why, it helps to give a direction to your plans. Exactly. Amma, my why will help me make my path more clearer. Sincerely, it will do. It will do. Okay, let's move forward. I have a short story for us. It's a story of three men in a new country, and they were taken um, into this new country and enrolled in a school. Um, and of course, they were given a lot of like scholarship. They gave them food to make them comfortable. Um, but these three men knew why they were there. They know where they are going. They know where they are coming from. So they were able to set themselves apart during this season that they were in this new country. Why? Because knowing their why gave them a conviction of what they have to do and what they don't have to do. And that's one thing I've said before, that it guides your decision, what you are supposed to be doing. Even in that two years, many people will be celebrating you. Oh, congratulations. Ah, yeah, you have left Nigeria, you've left Ghana, you've left Lesotho, you've left Zambia, everywhere you know, they are oh, this is a great feat. But you are seeing that no, work still have to be done. I still have to do this. I still have to do that. Of course, you celebrate. I'm not saying you will not celebrate. You celebrate, but eyes is still on the goal because a lot of land has to be conquered. Back to my story. Then there's this challenge for them. They have to bow down, to submit what they have, their why, to another thing. And there we will see the temptation. Oh my God. We will see temptation when we leave, and temptation for you not to read, temptation for your attention. Social media is there because you will be bored. Of course, you have people anyways, but your culture, you are still there with culture shocks, with trying to adapt, maybe because it is Europe, it's not UK, it's not US where they speak English. So language is there, a lot of barriers like that, a lot of attention. So will you bow to all those attention, to all those distractions? But these three men chose that no, they will not bow to anything. They know their why, they know why they are there. And what did they do? They didn't. So when you when you stand with conviction in foreign places, it sets you apart. It's not you are laser focused on why you are there, and you are able to achieve what you set for yourself. It might be that, oh, the whole world is want to be against you at that point, but you knowing it will help you, because then it will develop a lot of values that people will come back to, and then you win. It's your gain at the end of the day. So when you are clear, what I'm trying to bring up from these three men story is actually that when they knew their why, they didn't bow to any pressure, any outside pressure. They are laser focused on why they are there. And then it formed a conviction within their heart that, tomorrow is bright, everything will work out fine, even if, and it's still speaking to us right now from wherever we are. We don't, it doesn't mean it is until we get out of our country that everything will be fine. So I'm still speaking even at this point. So this is still very relevant. And that's why I want us to be seeing it. So when you are clear on your why, you can withstand cultural pressure, because it will come. It will come. Yeah. So let's move forward. From clarity to strategy, we're getting there. So clarity of vision is the foundation, and you can't. If the foundation be destroyed, what will the righteous do? I can help answer that question. That person will have to go back and fix that foundation. That's just this, because a house without the foundation will still crumble one day, and we don't want to wait till it start crumbling down, right? So clarity is the foundation, and that's why I'm preaching it everywhere now. Yeah. You can actually call me the clarity queen. Actually, that's my second name apart from Rose. So because by now you will agree with me that you need clarity of your vision, clarity of your why, basically. So, but it's the foundation. But you can't sleep on foundation alone too, right? So you have to build strategy on it. So, but vision without strategy can actually lead to frustration. So, oh, I have this vision. Then how do you start? You see now, we've answered why. Then how? 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 So that's where we are now. So if we don't know how, then you can also now be parabolating up and down, you know, um, and then it can lead to frustration. We don't want that. We are laser focused. We want to plan ahead. So once you know your why, you are doing this, why you are doing this, right? The next step is how to position yourself for it. So clarity points you in the right direction. Now that we're in the right direction, strategy gives you tools and steps to get you there. And the last thing, execution gets you there. Even if you now have the strategy, the best strategist in the whole world has helped you to craft it out. Without execution, Omo, we are not going anywhere. So, and that is one thing I want to equip you with today. So, yeah, let's move into it. I know a lot of people are super interested in it in this session right now. So, requirements of the Erasmus scholarship. But before we go forward, please, we've talked about why, we've talked about how. Okay, we want to talk about how. Can you tell me, one thing you have taken out from it, from our conversation before now, so that it's not. I was saying yesterday in this live that it's not only about knowledge acquisition, also application matters a lot. So, what do you see that you have to do? What have you picked? What actually resonates with you from everything I've shared? Or I've just been rambling since morning. So please, I want to hear from you now. Yeah.
Hello, Ma.
Yes.
So far I've learned that I really need to know why I'm doing my application because that's what will keep me going. Probably when rejection comes and all.
I love that. I love that you put that caveat, probably. But even if it doesn't, right? If it doesn't, it prepares you. You start with power. You're starting so strongly, and it's also promising you a strong finishing as well. So please in the chat as well, let me hear from us. Yeah. Sebastian, a call to go back to the board and get the foundation right. I love that. Why this? And I'll go about it. This will be my fault. I love it. Thank you so much, Sebastian. Sebastian is not the only one here. Bolbatfe is not the only one here. Oh. It's only two people I've been talking to.
Hi.
Hi. Hi, Yama. Oh, awesome. You're still up. I love
Hi.
it.
Yes, I'm trying my best. So
Please.
yes, I must say, yeah, I watched your online session was I've forgotten her name, but I know she's currently doing her master's in African Studies. That
Yeah.
session was a very good one. And yes,
Uh-huh.
she spoke about acquisition, application of what you acquire.
Yeah.
And so far, what I've gotten from this session is basically about yes, it's good when you're on a scholarship and you're being supported, but you can also get depressed, even though you are getting probably money and exposure. So
Yeah.
your why would give you that motivation, your why will give you the zeal, so that even if when you're done with everything and you have to go, you have that sense of purpose that this is what I really wanted to do
Mhm.
and I've done it. And it wouldn't just be about coming abroad, being on flights and going around, but you have that sense of purpose and that fulfillment at the end of the day. So yes, that's a little about it. So, thank you.
Wow, thank you so much. That really hits home. Thank you. And I'm glad you were there yesterday as well. It was a very long conversation, but it was awesome as well. I learned from and that's the mindset I always been, that lifelong learning everywhere, that conversation, one conversation at a time. That's it. Alexandra said, I learned that knowing your why gives us a clarity on where we want to be, especially on the Erasmus Mundus scholarship. Yes, but also beyond Erasmus Mundus, it's there with you. And one of the things it also does is that it helps you streamline what you want to apply to. As we'll see in this requirement, as I go through it now, we'll see that Erasmus actually, you can, right now, before, you can only apply to three programs, but now you can apply to as many as possible. But one thing I always say is that quality trumps quantity at the end of the day. So you have to be strategic, and that will still go into strategy after this session, I think. So quality, which one best suits, your story, your why, um what you want to do, your position right now, which one of all those programs, as many as they are. How many people, I sent a link, I hope all of us are on the Telegram group. How many people actually have gone through the catalog, Erasmus catalog, and select maybe two or three or um four programs? Everyone right now, please, I want you to, did you do the, have you gone through that catalog, and how many programs are you actually looking to apply to, as I run down through this requirement? So how many programs did you see? If you can name them, it's even better. How many program? Maybe two, maybe three. And have you gone through them? Let me know in the comment. So number one requirement, of course, because Erasmus Mundus is a master's program, needs your bachelor's degree, which is 180 ECTS. And then we'll see that it has to be, um, you have to have everything, like it has to be original document. Yeah. So Awesome. Okay. So it has to be your original certificate. So if you don't have it, now it is not a, that's why I'm always about starting early. And that's why I even put this call so early. Um, so that you are able to, all these documents, we still go about strategy of actually getting them ready. I know most of us, maybe we have it. Some of us might not have it, but get your original document ready. Bachelor's degree, academic transcript, diplomas, official transcripts, um, with certified English translation if they are not in English. But I think majority of us here, we actually studied in English language, right? So we're colonized by the English. So we have our studies in English language. Then there is proof of English proficiency as well. So either IELTS, TOEFL, Cambridge exams is needed, C1 level. It varies per program, and even some programs may give exemption if prior studies were in English language. So for someone like this that okay, awesome. So for someone that studied like in Nigeria and Ghana, you studied in English language, actually you could get a letter from your school that is stating that this person actually studied in English language, right? And with that, you are exempted. Some program might allow it. Some program that doesn't will say, okay, you need to submit your this IELTS, either IELTS, TOEFL, or Cambridge exam, proof of English proficiency. So it depends on program, and you can always, send mail to clarify if it is not written verbatim on the website. You can always do that. So CV or Europa CV format is what you should actually use to apply for Erasmus. And I have a video where I talked about how you can generate Europa CV. It's simple, just for you to go to that website, put your details, and generate that document. So whatever you have, CV you have before, just put all those session, put it in that document, it will generate everything, and you have it in Europass format. Please and please, when you're applying to Europe, even if it's not even if it's not Erasmus, or you're applying to Italy, Czech, Germany, or they prefer Europass CV. So send Europass CV at always. You can get that video to give you the direction to do it. Then the star of the document, motivation letter. This is one of the things that many people fail at, right? And have you ever thought why this thing is called statement of purpose? How many people have thought about it? Yeah. Don't worry, Cyrus. I will actually send it. After this program, don't worry. Just stay with me. I will send supporting resources that will help us by God's grace. Don't worry. Um, okay. Please, Alex, please make sure you note this question. When we get to the question and answer session, I will make sure to answer everything. Note it so that we can call, we won't forget it. So, yeah, I was asking if you could open your mic, please. How many people have thought, why did they say statement of purpose? Like motivation letter or statement of purpose, but why is it statement of purpose, for goodness sake? To find your why. I love it. Thank you, Sebastian, which is what, all these things, I had to actually also, by God's grace, I developed it. I came about it, and I'm like, okay, now started seeing the um intersection of everything, because many people don't think, how many. Okay, yeah, Cyrus, I'm going. Let me just finish land. How many seminars have you gone through that start with the way I started? So it's not it's not it's not by accident. It's because I've started to see patterns, and why this is important, not only for now. Of course, it's very important for now, but also for the future. It saves you a lot of headache. And that's why I'm like, no, I won't keep this to myself. I will share it to as many people as possible. Cyrus, please, you can take You can open your mic now. Are you there, Cyrus?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay,
Good
yeah.
evening.
Good
Sorry,
evening.
someone had mentioned what I wanted to say. That borders
Okay.
on what you elaborated earlier, the why. So the
Exactly.
statement of purpose, you know, keeps you, helps you to navigate, helps you to know what you are going there to do, and they themselves will also know what is your intention. So
Exactly.
from that thing, they will now know if they will be able to give you this scholarship or not,
Not.
based on your statement of purpose. So
Yeah.
that tells them what is your purpose there
Mhm.
for the scholarship and the rest.
Thank you so much. I love that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So you see, statement of purpose, it is what it is. So and you have to look for intersection because they also have what they are looking out for, right? Their objective, they are being funded. They have to also report. You have to know why they are doing all these things as well because they have a why. They themselves have their why they are doing that why they put that program, and that's you will see in their objective, right? And then if you're able to match your own objective with their own objective, then you match. And of course, they won't say no to you. Do you see? So then let's move forward because of time. Two letters of recommendation. That's why your relationship has to be top notch as well for people to actually write authentic letter of recommendation for you. See? So then copy of passport or national ID, but I always advise don't submit ID, submit passport. If you want to travel and you don't have passport, what should I do for you? What should I do with you? Right? So do because it's also show your level of preparation. So between now and then, there's a lot of time, and that's why I'm not bringing this meeting, close to when it is. We have time, and that's why I know it's laser focus people that oh awesome that are here already because they have that intention. Okay. That letter of recommendation is my headache. Those lecturers are not ready to help. Please, Temitope, don't worry. We'll still note it. You can just help me copy it when we get to question and answer, and then we can look at ways of of answering that and also now solving that problem. It's not a problem, it's a challenge, but we'll see. Then proof of residence, some program actually we say you need proof of residence. It's not hard to get. It's just maybe utility bill that state your address, right? And you will get it from your daddy. Or if you are staying alone, you will get it if you are paying your bill. So it's not a problem at all. Then there might be some specific program requirement as well. You will once you are on that web page. So one of the things is that you will start sitting on their website of these programs that you mentioned. You now start reading it like you have exam on it so that you understand and then you are able to actually marry all of them together. Okay, then there's another factor. So we've talked about why? We've talked about how. Of course, we know our what. Our what is Erasmus scholarship. We want this scholarship, this fully funded scholarship. So that's our what. We've talked about everything. There's another thing, the golf factor. And I won't, because there are a lot of factors that also influence you getting it or you not getting it. Not only your brilliance, your academics, your everything that you've submitted. One of the things, one of my friend actually, after the first interview, I think it was only one interview. So after the interview, he got rejection straight up. And you won't believe it that this, I think it's the same day or the second day, then he got an acceptance letter again. So you will do the work as if you will not pray. Then you now pray as if you not even do anything. You see? So this thing goes together. But when you do your own work, because another thing is that you know that you are not competing against global applicants. of course, people that are here is not the same scholarship we're applying to, but some we might be applying to the same thing. So another thing is that they have a cap for how many people they actually take in a country. So for Nigeria now, per program, it might be maybe 2 or 3. And let's assume that maybe 50 people, 20 people also are now applied from Nigeria. So you see that you are also competing with your country people as well, not only global. So global is there, but also country. If you do better, as for example, now we can have a first class person in Nigeria, right? And then we have two maybe in Uganda, that many people did not apply in that country. And that too, we get it because of the quota of that country. I hope we get the gist I'm trying to pass across. So it's not only, okay, that's why rejection, it's not, you can't feel bad about it. Just know that, okay, you have to move forward and do it again or something. But of course, Lisa, focus on your goal, where you are going, why you are doing it as well. So that is one thing I want us to know. So the God factor is very, very important as well. Very, very important. Then another story. This one is for PhD. After the interview, the list came out, and out of 8 people, my friend was ranked 16. Even for myself, the fully funded I got, the first thing was rejection. Then I got acceptance. And the funniest thing was that I didn't even see the rejection. No. I didn't see, I saw only the acceptance. But then I saw that, okay, it was, and everybody was already, when I started now interacting with people, and they were like, oh, they've done this, they've done that. I'm not like, why am I starting now? That's when I now realized that they sent a mail before, which was rejection. See the good Lord. So, back to this story. After the interview, it was at the 16th. It was rated 16, and they would take 8. So now let me give you this scenario. So they will take 1 to 8, right? Then this person was on number 16, which means that if one person said, okay, maybe the person got another opportunity, then they will now go to number 9. Number 9 will now say, no, I don't want. They will now go to 10. That they will now get to 16. Another scenario is maybe 2 people said they are not doing, maybe they got another opportunity, right? Then they will now go to 9 and 10, 10, 11, till they will get to 16. Can you see how this is? So even if you want to, or the extreme is that the first 8 say they are not doing again, and then they move to the second 8, which is not even logical. How many people turn down PhD fully funded offers these days? You see. So, but then we just saw that this person was picked again, was sent that, okay, this opportunity is available. Are you ready for it? And then this person is in Italy right now, also doing PhD. So why am I telling you this? Is to also bring to your consciousness the God factor in it. As I said, you do everything you have to do as if you not pray. Then you pray as if you not work. So that's 2 things. You have to go with it. I hope we got something. Am I speaking to real people here? Please let me know what you got before we move to strategy, and then wrapping it up one by one. What have you gotten so far? 10, 10, 10. Whew. Thank you. Yeah.
So far I learned that um, I learned that the God factor actually is important, because like you can do a lot of things out of your wisdom, and then it might probably not work out.
Mm. Yeah.
But then we should not replace the God factor with the place of preparation. So
Yeah. I love that we have that dichotomy nailed. So then strategy, how do we plan? Thank you. I'm glad. I was, that's one thing I want, even if we will not meet again, which I hope we would, but even if you will go out today and say, no, I didn't waste the last hour, I actually got value. And that's what I live for in everything I do. So how to act on that vision in July. Okay, so our strategy now, because we said we now know the requirement, then how? Because if we do not know the how, it can lead to a kind of frustration. We don't want frustration in this journey. So to act on that vision that we have to get our what, which is Erasmus scholarship, we let's say September deadline. This is just, we know that it actually comes out in September, but let's work with a scenario here. Because you is an assignment for you now have to go draw out your own strategy as it pertains to where you are right now, what documents you have. So you will use this as an example. So my own, say I have a deadline for September. Number one is program selection. So early July, I think we've done that. Some of us have done it. If you've not done it, I put the link on that Telegram. If you're not on Telegram, let me know. You can reach out to me on that mail. I will send the link to you. But I think you have the link if you have the link to this session today. The link to that Telegram is there as well. So on that Telegram, you have the Erasmus catalog, right? And then you will see the link to all the programs. Go through it, program selection, which one actually align with me. Read it. When you now see, then you identify 2 to 3. I always say quality over quantity. So program that align with your career goals, with your why, with where you are going. We'll still have a journaling session where we actually have a sense of what is actually driving us. Then documentation prep. All these documents I talked about, I think some people are talking about a recommendation letter. We'll still come to it. Then number 3, refining application. You don't have to apply to up to 2. If it's only one person, I'm sorry, only one program you want to, why not? But for me, I would say try apply to even with these 2, so that you have options, right? It's still one of the best way. Yeah, so that is it. Like the person I interviewed yesterday, she was saying, yeah, she applied to 3. In fact, for me, I applied to how many? Maybe 3 2, Afepa, Glodep, like that. So if you don't get this one, you might get this one. What she wanted was one. She didn't get it. She really wanted that, but she didn't get it. Then she got another one, and she loved it at the end of the day, of course. So then refining your application, tailor your personal statement to each program's value. So it's not only one. So that's why I'm saying that quality trumps quantity. So if you pick 5 now, that means you have to work on 5 different motivation letter or statement of purpose. But if you choose 2, you are working on 2. If you choose 3, you can't send the same thing for all of them. No. You can't even be on this call and say that's what you want to do. Like you will not do that by God's grace. So then you now review, get feedback from experienced people. And number 4 is application submission, of course, doing it early. Double check deadlines. Some open in September, some submit early to avoid system issue, and track all submitted programs. I have a tracker for a token actually that I use. In fact, this actually saved me last month. I applied for something I was working on. Thank God that so it was closing on Wednesday or something, or Wednesday, yes. I said, for me, that's how I work. I have to do it early. If it's not early, you can't find me there. So Friday of that next week, I said, okay, I have to submit. So I finished everything. In fact, I'm still working on a proposal right now that I will submit. It's next week that we are going into that I'm almost done, just to submit by Monday, or tomorrow. Thank God I said, okay, I will submit on Friday. It was then I was working on it that I saw that, okay, the website is not working. I messaged them, and that's when they told me that, okay, I can send all the application to them by mail. Assuming that it was on Sunday, when it will close on Monday, that I was doing all these things. Please, who will answer me? And that was how I would have lost, whether it's even like whether I will get it or not, I would have even lost that opportunity straight away. So applying early, tracking is very important. And I have this tracker on Notion. You can try and get it. It's just a token actually. So then journaling. This is one of the core places. So you can't go dream, okay, Taufik, I intend to apply last year, was not funded. Is there a reason why some lost their funding? Yes, it's complete. As I said, it's being funded by EU. So it might be a project, maybe 5 years, 10 years. Some will expire in 2030 if they also apply. So that is one thing you also need to know, that they also apply for grant. If they are not granted, there's no funding. So, and they have to also justify the funding that they received. So, which means that that's why the vetting of everybody is, this person that we are choosing, will this person actually follow through on what they are saying? Does this person have track record? And when we get to this, is the part that will also help you in crafting. So I will say, because we don't get answers because we are not asking ourselves hard questions. And that's why I'm here. And that's why I'm a coach, where I coach people on hard things. So that's why I'm saying I may not be your friend, because when I do what I do, I say uncomfortable things that me too, I might not be happy to say to you, right? But which you need to actually move forward. So we'll ask ourselves questions, and to get answers on our why, to know our why. And I will still send a lot of resources that will actually help us. So how do I know? Prompts to help you build your own compelling vision. Ask yourself, what injustice or gap makes me uncomfortable to ignore? We might say, okay, why am I here? And an inkling to that is actually that what part of the world feels like is waiting for me to show up. You might be looking at, maybe you are in governance or something like that. Uh, what are you looking to actually solve? Artificial intelligence is going haywire right now. I think someone want to apply to something around AI. Why AI? What is waiting for you to actually show up? The world is waiting for you to show up. What part of you do you feel like people are waiting to see? What injustice do you see that you are not able to keep? Everybody is looking at the same thing, oh, and they are fine, but you are not fine. You are like, no, this is not possible. These are giving you inkling into what your natural self want to express itself up to. You see, if you are not afraid, what will you commit your life to fixing, healing, or creating? If not for money, if not for anything. I know some of us, what we are doing is just because we need to get some fix right now. But if that is not a problem, what will you commit yourself to fixing, to healing, or creating? These are, if you are able to answer them, then what kind of person do I need to become to do that? And what kind of path shapes that person? If you answer what kind of path shapes that person, who do I need to become? And then what kind of path shapes that person? Then you will know if that program is actually for you in truth. You see? So why do I want this scholarship beyond money or travel, or because you are tired of your country? I know I asked that question, and I was reading through, a lot of people say, okay, to meet people beyond that. That's not, of course, we can also put it beyond that, but beyond money, beyond meeting people, or because you are tired of your country, or so that you can expand. No, beyond that, why do you want this scholarship? Then what impact do I want to make with this degree? What story am I telling through my application? So I don't know. I will actually want us to answer one of these here. Not just type something but which one do you want us to have? I think let's do this second one here. What part of the world feels like is waiting for you to show up? Like if I will not call on anybody, I won't put anybody, but if you just write in the comment, because it will actually help you. It will help you. After now, you still need to sit down. You need like 1 hour to actually sit down to answer these questions, right? So, if you what is waiting for you to show up? What are we waiting for? What is Taufik holding on to that doesn't want to actually release? What is Deborah holding on to? What is Cyrus actually holding? What are we waiting for him to show our world, to transform our world? What is Salam Mubarak holding on to that, we are waiting? What are we waiting on you for? It might be an inkling. You might need to do a lot of self introspection, but if you have like an idea of it, let me know. And of course, we are moving to the end of it. But if you are able to do it, I'm super glad. I'm super glad. Then free resources you will receive after this. I'll say this why clarity worksheet that will help you is to contain the questions, some instructions, of course. But if you will need to also like someone to guide you through, of course. Yeah. Okay. This is still not your why. Temitope. Nah. Of course, but why? Why effective policy making? Like you have there will be a story that kicks it on. You see, which of the SDG goals you are talking about? There is eradicating poverty. There is zero hunger. Why? So is it agriculture? Is it a industry? Is it which industry is it and why is it? So I'm like, for me like a person in agriculture now, smallholder farmers gives me headache, they not having access to finance give me real headache. And what do I want to do? uh, to lower the interest rate, that we have a functioning agricultural bank. Because I'm coming from the story of the injustice being done to smallholder farmers. That is, if I'm able to do it, I'm fulfilled. You see, so it's not just because of policy. Policy might not be an answer to one of their problem where we have a good policy support for smallholder farmers. But no, it's not, that's not the stuff. So please, you need to still work on it. And you see, thank God you put it. If you go and put it in your book now, you say, okay, you have that why clarifier, and that's why you need an expert guide on these things. So, okay, Kemini, I love that name. Community development service at an improved and advanced level from local to global, especially for the poor aged. Why? Please don't write too much English. Like maybe after you are done, you must one assignment. I've given you a lot of assignment today, but one of it is go and listen to Martin Luther King's Junior's speech. I have a dream. Please see how compelling that is. It's not English. It's a real reason. It's a real problem. So when I love that you said for poor aged people, but really why? Then one of the things, so you are still talking about what you want to do. See, Latif is talking about what, you are not answering why. You are talking about what. So community development service might not be what you can do to actually help that problem. Do you see the way I'm thinking about it? You see? Yeah. So thank God you people are coming out to write it now. If I go now, I will think, okay, we actually get it. So then to develop, Taufik said to develop sustainable agricultural development through insect pest management by reducing the reliance and cost on pesticide. You see now, you don't know answer why. You are telling me what you want to do. I'm not asking you what you want to do. Why? What leads us to this problem? What is that problem? You see, so to be at the frontier of Salam said, okay, of sustainable mining practices, environmental degradation, and exploring more natural resources to enhance the economy of Nigeria and across the globe. Why are we do we need to develop sustainable? It is still what? Why do we need to develop sustainable mining practices? Why? Why? What is that problem that led us here? Environmental degradation. Of course, you have I'm sure there's a good story behind this, which you have to and that's the good thing. You might not get it at once like that, but you have to dig deep. Dig deep. Youth involvement in governance and diplomacy through any of the SDGs. Many Nigerian youth as political party when it comes to political activities. Why? What led us here, Alexandra? There's a story behind what led us here. And when we get there, we can able to see your strong reason why you really want youth involvement. So what I've seen here is which is very good, super awesome, but much more. I want us to dig deeper, and which means there's a lot of work. So I will send this clarity worksheet. Then also start with why. If you're able to get your hands on it by Simon Sinek, you can read it. then link to some videos. Cyrus, you talked about the Europass. I will send it, don't worry. Also some interview with Erasmus scholars and the likes. I will send it. So then, because of our time, next steps. Okay, it came because of increased death rate due to poverty and hunger in remote areas in Africa. Also, I like that. Increased death rate. So then you are exactly. So because of increased death rate, if you could now even get a story to portray this, or that will even be very good. So this is the kind of thing I'm working about. So let's quickly check next step before I now start answering question and answers. Amma, are you still here? I have not read anything from you.
Yes, please, I'm here. I'm
Okay,
here.
okay. Nice. Awesome. I love that. Okay, so for those ready to actually build their Erasmus story from strategy to execution, as I said, we can go on and on with this strategy, but execution is the king of everything. After you know your why, you know the how, then what we know our what, then we have to start working at one point or the other. So with clarity and conviction. So ways beyond this, you can see, okay, a lot of things have to be fixed, a lot of ground has to be worked on, and ways we can actually work together. There will be a group coaching for this session for the Erasmus that we are going into. So you can opt for, okay, 6 month engagement or 3 months, or if you say, okay, I can handle a lot of things on my own, but I just need maybe an expert overview on something. And you want to do maybe 1 hour clarity session with me. There's also that opportunity, or 3 months engagement. But one thing you will get is, you see the community of people that we have here. These are people that are laser focused, and they are high performers, because if you are not a performer, you won't even be here at all. You have what you want, you are laser focused on actually getting it right, and that's why you are here. And you can see that these people are doers. A lot of people, I can't know how many people I have on this call right now, but I have how many, more than 100 people actually signed up. So this community of laser focus performance, you will have access to together, to work together, carry yourself, because when you get to execution, it can be lonely, and community. And that's why I'm also crafting community when people do not have it. And working in silos does not help on this journey. Even on your mental, it doesn't help. So building this community, it will be together. Then we'll have group, weekly or bi-weekly group coaching, and also personalized coaching, where we come one-on-one, and then we work on a lot of things, like these things that we are talking about. What? It's not what, it's why. But if we're able to one-on-one answer, okay, this is it, then we refine it together. Your story, we are able to say, okay, this one will actually work better here. So we also coach on core values, because when you know your core values, you can also tell them what you bring to the table, not just what you get from them. So a lot of all these things, and it will also help in life. Apart from Erasmus, as I've said before, it's for long term. You are able to know, even when you are when you are done with Erasmus, or right now as you are leaving this place, and you want to even work for a place, and you're like, okay, their core value, does it relate with my own core value? But if you don't know your own core value, how will you marry them together? You see, so we will learn on core value, we learn on mindset, growth mindset, fixed mindset, and the likes. Value creation, which will start helping you from now to say, okay, I am valuable. Where can I put my value to actually exchange it for money? You see, so we'll also look at that. Even before you go, you make yourself very valuable, right? And then value creation that help you craft SOP that screams you like authentic, that reading and I know this is someone that is authentic, right? So these are a lot of things and more that we actually go through. Then, of course, we'll review your letters individually now together again as you write. This is some of the things you get from the group coaching, and then, of course, answers to peculiar questions as it is arising, and possibility of collaboration with each other. You can see these great things that people said they have together. Imagine we now have someone from Lesotho, Ghanaian, Nigeria, across Africa, we are collaborating to actually bring these things to pass. And different collaboration, we are seeing startups also from here, because this is how you form community. This is how you surround yourself with people of value. And if when you grow together, it's even better. So this is what and more, because I will also bring my friends that have a lot of insight into to share that. So it will be a growth. It's not only on, of course, Erasmus. We make sure that okay, you have a lot of resources for you to continue this. But beyond that, you also see that there is that caution in, like, that ripple effect on everything you do, on your work. If you are working on anything you are doing right now, you will see the effect. There's no way. Because the reason why I'm saying 3 months engagement and 6 months, that you can bet yourself or rebet yourself in 3 months. I tell you, I kid you not, 90 days. And you will see the reason why first semester is 3 months is because a lot can happen in 3 months. The reason why first trimester for people, for pregnant, women, they have 3 cycles. 3 months is first trimester, 3 months is second trimester, is because in that month, the baby is able to get a lot of things. So 3 months is very significant. And in 90 days, which is also 3 months, you can do a lot of things. So I will share, life upgrade, how you can upgrade your life within that moment, what you can, prepare ahead. Also, I said it will actually transform a lot of things about you. So, and if you feel like, okay, I might not be able to commit to that, or I actually just want a one-on-one clarity session and go just 1 hour, there's also that opportunity. But of course, I know that people that I work with is people that can relate to my why. You see why I said we have to start with why. You are able to see it and say, okay, yeah, this actually makes sense. And people who do not leave their growth to chance, they want to, hold the they want to hold the bull by the horn and say, okay, let's go on. I want to be an active participant in their life journey. So these are people that are high performers, as I said. They are just laser focused on getting better, growth, and lifelong learning, like I am too. So the energy has to match. And yes, so then of course you're able to invest in yourself, both in time, money, and energy, because this journey is one that will stretch you. But if you are stretched now, I tell you, it's just for a season. You will enjoy it later. So that is what to come next. And it's actually there's that grace to figure out ourselves, think about it. By 1st of August, will start activity in full gear. So we have till now, till the end of the month, to actually, I think I'll open it till last week of July, then close it, so that by August 1st we start work in full, because time waits for nobody. So final charge and Q&A is that don't compare yourself to anyone. You are unique, and know that you are here on purpose, for purpose. Please think about that. No two journeys of anybody is the same. You are here on purpose, also for purpose. And then that's why you need to prepare your statement of purpose, which is good. So thank you so much for your attention, for commitment to stand out from the crowd. It takes courage, and I love it for you. It's a journey you won't regret, and I hope you actually go value for it. So if you actually scan this QR code, it will take you directly to where to book all these things. The tracker I told you is there. Then you will see the Erasmus, the offers for Erasmus, whether it is 3 months or 6 months, or one-on-one session with me, right? And then if you want to write it, it's actually here, seller.com /m/adm or Roslyn. That's the website. You can go there. But if you trap this, you will see it. And also the YouTube channel is there. You can follow me across social media as tinuade.rose, on LinkedIn as Roslyn Tinuade ADM. So it's just time for you to make that choice. It might be difficult, because I also had to make a lot of difficult decision this year. I had to spend like 700 euros on my own development as well this year. And even now, I'm also paying close to 100, I'm sorry, 300K or so on my coaching also for development. So that is it. We have to grow. If you don't grow, you die. But no, we are not here to die. So um this is it, and then now we can go into action, or sorry, question and answer. So if you have any question about the offering, about any parts, everyone that I said they should bring back their question, please, you can just help me copy and bring it back so we can go through it immediately and then call it a day. So okay,
Hi, Rosalind.
hi, Amma.
Thank
Yes.
you so much. Thank you so much for this session. Thank you so much. It's been insightful and I've learned a lot. So I would like to know that with the offering,
Yeah.
are you supposed to pay a one time, is it like a one-time payment, or there is probably a plan for those who maybe can't pay it one time but are very much interested in it? Is there a plan for it, or is it a one-time payment? Thank you.
Interesting. Well, right now, because if you go to seller will just allow you to pay once, but you can reach out to me and let's see what's possible. You see, so let's do it like that. But going to seller is actually supposed to be a one-time payment because of this. But let's see what you can reach out to me later. Just send email later and you see. Then Debbie said, I can't put my finger. Please,
Yes,
Cyrus,
please.
give me one.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. I can't put my finger on it yet, but I believe that the quality of life in Nigeria will improve if we internalize our trade. There's a data gap in this country, which is big issue, along with minimal exposure to a recommendation system that improve customer personalization. If we tackle this, I know we can get somewhere in improving that lifestyle. I love it. Yeah, this makes sense, but you still have to really answer. Why are you now? Why are you interested? Many people will look at it. You see me, I don't have a headache about this. So, but why is this something that piqued your own interest? Why did it develop to this? You have to get to that root, you see. So then we can now bring everything together. So don't lose this. I love this, the what you've written now, which is also part of the solution we are trying to profile. But why? What brought us here? Why this? Why? What is the root of this problem? In short, yeah. So for this, Alexander. Okay, Cyrus, before I answer Alexander, please go ahead.
Thank you very much.
You're
I
welcome.
really appreciate your time
Mm,
and how you explained the whole thing
You're welcome.
for us to understand clearly. I really appreciate that. I got value. For some of the things I didn't know, I I would say I just heard it for the first time here.
Yeah,
Thank you.
okay.
And I asked earlier about the Europass format, and you said at the end of the discussion, that is through the question and answer, you will say something about it.
Okay. Yeah.
Also, I am a technologist,
Okay.
so I have not applied to Erasmus before.
Mm.
So when I saw this, I opt in for the clarity to know more about it. So I don't know if there's anything for technologists. I'm a civil engineer. When I say technologist, I mean a higher national diploma.
Okay.
Yes,
Higher national. Okay. HND, right?
yes.
Mm.
So for engineers who pass through higher national diploma, they are regarded as technologists
BSc.
uh, and not B engine. Yes,
Okay, BNG. Yeah, I get it.
yes.
Okay. Awesome.
So
Awesome. Okay.
I want to know if there's anything for us in that cadre in this Erasmus scholarship.
Mm. All right. Yeah. I think it will now be program based because um Not many people, I do. HND, yeah, I think there's someone that has actually gotten Erasmus with HND, but it's connected with a lot of work experiences, a lot of leadership experiences, and
Okay.
which is some of the things try and also discuss within now and what's it called before the program starts and what starts coming like start because right now the
Okay.
program has not really started. We are just preparing towards preparing our documents so that we can show up really great when it opens. Then the way whether it's they have something for you or not actually depend on what you want because thank you for actually bringing this question. The way they Erasmus work is that you will never see any program that will write civil engineering of some sort, like the way it is like that. You will see program like they will call it GLODEP, globalization of clinical development, blah blah blah, environmental policy. They will say someone has wrote MI. MI is like Erasmus Mundus in artificial intelligence. At least it's even brought artificial intelligence right out like that. You might not see it like that. You might they just coin word so you can see EMG, MD. You know it's sometimes it's interdisciplinary, but you will see when you start now when you are going through their website, you now see who should apply. Then you now say, okay, they want this person here, maybe civil engineer, this one and that one. So that's why I even sent that catalog. That catalog actually show all the program they offer. Then when you click on it, you will know, okay, who can apply to this one. You go through it, okay, maybe it's interesting to you or it's something that civil engineer can apply to. You put it as part of the one you found. Then you go through it like that. After you see it and say see three or two that you think you can apply to, the another thing you now have to do as a person that doesn't have PNG is to now mail them that do they have accept higher national diploma, right? So of course, with your years of experience, what you've done, leadership, all these things also matters, and that's one of the places I was saying that crafting your story to put everything together to actually make a very compelling one. So I've seen someone actually do it, but also with maybe MOOC, there are short courses that you can take that to also upgrade because of course people that have first class will be there and all, but what separates you is all these things. We also mentioned yesterday in that video that it's not only first class that will set you apart. First class is good with put your leg give you a strong start, but this leadership short courses work experience also had a lot of weight in your application. So that's how I will answer that question.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. So
Okay.
for your own personal clarity, someone asked earlier.
Hmm.
I don't know the cost, and I don't know how to assess that. Is it there on the Telegram page?
Yes, yes. See that link where you saw this link to this video. I put it there that you should apply. Sorry, join the Telegram group, and I put that Telegram group there. Or if you do
Okay.
not did, but I'm sure it's there. It's there. So
Okay.
just click it. You will see the link to that page, and then, don't worry. I'll see after today, maybe tomorrow, so that I rest, or later in the night if I'm able to do it. I'll also send a mail that will include everything we talked about, the resources,
Okay.
the videos we talked about. I will tag it there for developing that Europa CV, the videos for the interview, all those ones, the questions that I said that we tag together. Yes, you will see. So, okay. Yeah,
All right.
Alexandra,
Yeah.
for the CV, please, you're welcome, Cyrus. For the CV, please, what kind of job experience do they usually look for? This is interesting. Job experience, if it is, it will be awesome if you have job experience related to what you want to work for. But even if not, there are transferable skills you have gotten from this job experience that you can, tailor your to your to that program. So if I have a experience in as an cultural extension, for instance, now, and I'm applying to GLODEP. GLODEP is talking about development, global development. This is more of rural development. How do I bring it? What actually put everything together is development, right? So what are some of the things? And you see, one of the IQ you have to also get there is that with the language they'll be using, you have to now bring it to it. So what's that language in it that I can marry together from my experience and word it? What are some key metrics? Because it's showing you something that, okay, you are a go-getter. What did you do in that? What you have right now? What did you do that we showcase your skills? So that's how you word it. Oh, I did this metrics. I was able to achieve this and we grew 50%, which is showing my emotional intelligence or showing this one, this one, this one. If we are there and it's one-on-one now, we can, craft it together. So these are the kind of work it is. If it's related to that course, it is awesome. But even if not, there are transferable skills you can bring to it and say, okay, this is it. And it's all about your story. And that's why I say nobody can actually write your story for you, but they can help you draw it out the way a coach will be able to draw them out, but it's still within you, really. Salam, thank you so much. This is very educative program and it's full of values. Thank you so much. Yeah, I know. That's if we ever, of course, I'm looking forward to actually seeing all of us, but even if we don't, we'll know that, okay, we didn't waste our time and it was actually valuable. I love it. That's what I'm for. So, Boluwasifema, you mentioned something related to English test and proficiency letter. I need clarity on that because some countries does not see Nigeria as part of country that's their language of instruction is English. Yeah, we can have it like that, but majority of in fact all of the I did it later on because of some programs that I later applied to, but majority of the Erasmus I applied to, I actually use the certificates I got from UI that yeah, I mean, I don't know, is anybody from UI here, but I graduated from UI. So
Agricultural
uh-huh.
economics, you're my senior ma.
Really, agricultural economics. Interesting. I love it. Wow, that's so good. Awesome. Okay, so I got this the letter from my department that says I graduated from English. Like my course of instruction is actually in English language. So if I was in school for 5 years studying English language PSC, how will I not understand English now? But I understand that some programs specifically like IMRT, International Masters in Rural Development, was particularly saying that it has to be IELTS or nothing. You see, so there are some that will say that, there are some that will accept it. So if you have it, fine. If you don't, that means that that program you cannot apply to it, or you can actually. I had to mail them that this. So I actually graduated with this one, and the English, this is the letter, and they said no, it's not because they do not, it's just because of their policy and their requirement. So I knew that, okay, that is it. But there are some that they put it there, and I made them and I said no problem, that because I studied in English language, it's awesome. So it's just like that. So just try and see what's up. So I use that same letter of English. You can get it from UI. You can get it from the department, so it depends. So Taufik, this is one of the best sessions I have attended so far this month. I'm glad. Very interactive and resourceful. Yeah. Thank you. Okay, Slamia, thank you so much for this very insightful session today. I have a few questions. Okay. Is this scholarship open to everyone or application with certain grade point? No, it's actually open to everyone. It's open to everyone. It's not if it is Chevening now, Chevening we say that you have to have 2 years work experience, but Erasmus, even with no, if you are just coming out of school, you can apply to Erasmus. You just know that what will now separate you from the crowd is, okay, your story, your motivation letter. If you have experience maybe in leadership even while you were in school, those things also matters. Skills you have built over time, and you can build skills. Leadership skills might not only be titled one, but it now depends on how you are seeing it. And these are some of the things we also work together on if you join the coaching, you see. So for recommendation letter, would it be submitted directly by the referees or the applicant who submit it? It depends. It depends on the program. Some program will say you should give it to the professor or your um referees to actually upload it by themselves, or you collect it and upload it with your application. It depends. I think for Glodep, then it's with my lecturer that writes for me that actually upload it. But most others, I was the one that was uploading it. So it depends per program. Debbie, ma'am, please does adding a research experience and add more with your CV? Of course, why not? If you have something you've published, a journal you've published or a publication, article you've reviewed, add them. It's hard though, it's hard. Please add it. Sebastian, our beautiful session. What is your why? My takeaway, exactly. Please, you have to answer that question. What is your why? Why? Not because you want to jack back from Nigeria or Ghana or Lesotho or Zambia or wherever, but what is your why? Okay, let be, ma'am. Regarding the English test, we're submitting a letter of medium or instruction fly, stating I was taught in English. Yes, yes, yes. That's what I've said. It will fly for sure. Especially if it is on letterhead of the school saying this. Awesome. That's fine. Can I apply directly from the website, and which site? Is it through the school, or it has to be on Erasmus site? So if you go through that catalog, you will see for each program, you will see that they have their website. So if you go through that website, they will tell you where to apply from. So they all of them, each of the program have their own, what's it called? They have their website, and then from there you will see where to apply from. Let me stop sharing, and then we can actually see ourselves. So I can. Okay, so yes. Um, I hope I was able to go through
Sorry,
every
so I
question.
have the last question.
Yes.
Yes, you mentioned that you were going to talk about recommendation letter, how you were able to manage your relationship with the lecturer and all of that.
Okay.
But it's actually a lot because of recent I kind of called one of our lecturers and it was as if the man was like I was prioritizing him and all of that. So like that part of recommendation letter is always like a lot for me because I have to start calling even my supervisor. I have to start calling and the man, oh, it is well.
I understand, but you won't let that actually get to you. You are the one that know what you want, and so it depends. Part of these things is also knowing. It's also that of relationship building. So it shouldn't have start. It's not now you should actually be looking for them. There should have been a sort of relationship with them before you left school. I was not a very someone that's actually so close to lecturers like that, but by grace, or what I would say, my friends were sort of close, and then I was able to leverage on that, and so one of the lecturers and also my supervisor would do that, and even sometimes I think HOD, but you know how they can be busy, and if you are calling them, so calling them might not be the best, but if you okay, of course, all of us, we are always saying, let me just finish my exam and get out, right? Because school, of course, that time too, you're like, I beg, I'm tired, but um, no problem. Now that we are there, it's still patience. Is no, you now know that okay, between this time and that time, you have to craft a very good email and send. You might start with email. If you have to be sending, what's it called, new month's letter, sorry, mail, oh, this, and I know you are busy, just this is a sort of psychology. They will help, you are actually working on this, and the way you actually go is not like you just want to take away from there. You craft it like you are trying to motivate them. So it's also from okay, I've been doing this and I'm doing that. I'm looking forward to actually applying to this number of Erasmus, which we need recommendation from you. I'm hoping that you're able to help me so that you even treat that so that I'm able to, project the work of the school, of the department, and show it, crafting it so that it's more psychological. When they read it and they are not moved to even help you, they will feel guilty. You see, so, and of course, give them grace as well. If this one doesn't, you send another one, and then sometimes if you find yourself in Ibadan, or depending on where you are, or your country, or your school, and you're close, you can even go pay a visit. Buy something, give it. It's not you. It's just you trying to get yourself out of that situation. You get it. So I know if even in fact you can reference me if you are lucky and then you got a very good grade from their course or something like that. Tell them what you got from their grade. Just make it as flow, interactive, very, very emotional, psychological, and all like that. So you have to really up your game in this, because they don't have anything to lose in that sense, but you have to get this thing out. So yeah, that's it. Taufik, the recommendation letter, is it necessary if it comes from my university lecturers? I'm currently serving a university and I have close relationship with some lecturers. Can I? Of course, it's just but if they were able to, the best thing is that they know you and they are able to vouch for you. If you've worked, and then you can get if two now, so you can get one from your university, and then if you've worked before, you can get one from your from your boss or something like that, of your office or company. They can also recommend you. So that is a plus too. But let them know you, let them really let it be authentic, that they are able to point an example, like, okay, she did this or he did it, some did this, and this is the result he got, and all like that. So if you are serving in that place, they are able to also actually talk about what you did, right? How you show up. Oh, this is a person of integrity, or this is someone that have a lot of emotional skill, collaboration, worked on this with the team or something like that, achieved this, something like that. So it's just to vouch for you and recommend you. I recommend Taufik is a person of that does this. So yeah, it's almost 2 hours. I think we
Hi,
actually
Roslyn.
hello
I really so I really don't know, but I am for me, I have been following your YouTube channel for a while. I
yes,
just want to know if this coaching has sort of like been something you've been doing previously, or it's something you just started, and how is like your student outcome from your program, and like with the Erasmus, the acceptance rate and all those. I don't know how it fits into this session, but it's something
yeah.
probably any other matters. Yeah, thank you.
Yes, yes, yes. You see, this is the first time for Erasmus actually. More into Italian, like helping people, like coaching them, because as I always tell them, I'm not an international agent or something that, okay, I help you drive this boat. No, it is a journey, and what much more for me, the vision for me is to build a community, like I tell you. So this is the first time for Erasmus, and the reason I'm even it's the way it came is actually very, very miraculous, because I just I saw this gap. I saw how that because I told you I interview people. Of course, if you are familiar with my YouTube, you already know this. And then this is a gap I see with international students when they burn out in anxiety as the programs get on. Then in my looking into it, curiosity and trying to say what is the gap, what is really the problem. And I started, okay, researching into it, looking at it, and then, okay, yeah, I see. If we are able to bridge this gap and people actually know why, it's not, and I said, it's really not about only the Erasmus, beyond and even before. You will see that how you show up in everything you do will change. with you knowing a lot of this knowledge that will be passed across. So it's not, we will be coming together, learning about, okay, mindset, learning about core values, learning about self-discovery. When you know yourself better, the way you carry yourself, the way you appear, everywhere you do go, everywhere you are, it changes. And when it changes, you will see results radically transform your life. And even if it is not now that you get it, because as I said, there are a lot of factors that we are that we determine, okay, when you actually get it. But you and another thing you could actually take out from here is after we sit down, maybe one-on-one, after one coaching session, and you're actually doing journaling, you are answering questions, add questions that you might not be able to even ask on your own. And then you are able to see patterns about yourself, and you are now able to see priorities. And at the end of the day, you come to a conclusion. Maybe this is not the best right now. Maybe it's this company I should build, or this I should work on right now to actually project me for a bigger opportunity later. There are diverse opportunities. No, there's not a two-way, like it's not a one-way answer to it. So yeah, this is the first time, but much more than it's about building a community of people that you can grow together. Like you have one focus, and might not be there, so you are not working alone. And also, much more than that, so you are rounded and you have a holistic view about how to approach life, how to show up. Yeah, showing up, whether it is work, whether it is studies, whether it is this, and then even during program, because you know there is a way you can appear in Erasmus, and you know what you are supposed to be doing. So you are already, because of what you've set about that goal you've set, you already know that, okay, so my mobility station is maybe Portugal, Czech, and then Germany. Maybe I want to stay back in Germany for some reason best known to you. Maybe because they have a lot of opportunities that serve your purpose more. Then that will mean that even if everybody is really learning Portuguese, you are busy learning German. And these are some things that many people might not understand, but you understand. So it's really not about, you see what I'm trying to, Amma is still here, right? Abishi has left.
Yes, please, I'm listening.
Oh, okay, yeah. So it's more about that holistic view rather than, okay, but of course, I'm so sure that if we do everything right, and we are laser focused on what we are meant to do at every point in time, and that's, you see, that's why we are starting very early to navigate and really prepare ourselves. And if we will put in the work, God also by our side, nothing is will stop us by God's grace. So yeah,
Yes,
that's
yes, yes, yes. Thank you so much, Rosie. Thank
you.
you.
You're welcome. Okay, yes, divine. By God's grace, I will, as soon as it converts, I hope I'm able to work this night. If I do not knock out, because I had to step away to do a lot of things. But I will get across every information, all the recordings, I will send it, and the free resources, like I said, and then also the link to actually get on the coaching session, you will still see. So yes, I'm glad we actually it was a session that we all enjoy. I'm super grateful. So that you come. Alexandra, yeah, God bless you too. Thank you for showing up. I'm glad, because if I was the only one here, it still wouldn't make sense. So I really shout out to every one of you, Buluwati Fair, Andrew, Utibe, Alma, Islamia, Cyrus, Fatima, Alessandra, Adegboyega, Marcus, Taufik, Henry, and Deborah, Nufi, Chisom, Adedok Motunrayo, Divine, Abdulatif, Temitope. Thank you so much. I am grateful for coming, even though all of you did not show me your beautiful and handsome faces, but no bala. Hopefully we get to meet, maybe we'll see more. But yeah, this is where it ends tonight. Please enjoy the rest of the weekend. And of course, we still keep the Telegram instruction, the free resources too. I'll post it there, and also the every of the stuff. Just make sure you are on that group, and as things are going on, I'll also be updating us. So thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of the evening. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye,
Bye.
ma.
Thank you very much, ma.
Bye bye. Thank you.
Bye. 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 Mhm.